everybody, it's me, Jenna, and Ava. We wanted to give you guys a little update about what we've been dealing with at our house. If you saw any of our pictures on Instagram or Facebook, you will know that Ava has been pretty sick. So she has gotten colds in the past, but this is the first time that she's gotten something viral. And I didn't even know like an illness like this could last so long. So we are filming today. It is a Wednesday. She first started having symptoms 2 Mondays ago. So we are going on day 10. Today is the first day that she woke up from a nap and was like smiling. So I think we are almost in the clear, but it has been a very, very long 10 days to say the least. So I was just gonna kind of tell you a little bit about what happened and then kind of talk a little bit, I think, about if the diagnosis actually helped us with this experience or if just what we are doing is like a typical first-time parent kind of thing. If you guys have any insights, feel free to put them in comments below. So basically, she got viral diarrhea, started having more diapers than normal on last Monday and Tuesday, and then by Wednesday, she was having like 10 dirty diapers, and Ava's normal is like 1 a day. So like, I know some babies do have dirty diapers more frequently, but for Ava, that was very abnormal. And when I say dirty, I mean like number 2, not number 1. She has number 1s more frequently. Anyway, I hope she doesn't look back on this and be really embarrassed, but I want to try to explain what was happening. So by Thursday, because it wasn't better, we went to see the pediatrician. And in general, everyone just kept saying, well, make sure she is hydrated, right? Everyone kind of knows that. They gave us like the signs to look for. So like obviously if she could cry tears, there was some, fluids in her. And we were just kind of monitoring her. But by Saturday, she had started throwing up as well. So she really wasn't holding much down. So we gave her more just Pedialyte instead of formula, hoping that, at least then she could keep some fluids down. She kept that down all right, but then started having some like red spots in her diaper. And so we were really nervous and scared because that's a pretty big deal. And then, because we were assuming it was blood. And then when we would put her laying flat, she would cry nonstop. And I don't know if it was like bubbles in her tummy or she just was feeling so miserable she wanted to be held. But all of those things meant that when we called our pediatrician, like emergency line, they were like, you need to take her into the ER. So we had a fun visit to the ER. What was interesting for me about that was that because we had just packed hospital bags and I wasn't sure if she would be kept overnight to get more fluids in her, I felt in some ways like, oh, I've got this. Like I can pack a hospital bag really fast. Like, oh, I know that I'm going to need a blanket. I know that she's going to need her sleep stuff. I know that we want to bring some of our packets of formula so that, and our specialty bottles, so that if she gets to a point where she can take a bottle, she has that with her, headphones, like eye shade in case we're spending the night. Like I threw together like a hospital bag then really kind of quickly, which in a weird way, even though we were obviously worried and hurried to get to the hospital, made me a little proud, like mommy proud, like, okay, I got this, I can take this. And we get to the ER, they admit us, and they want to get some fluids in her. Well, I don't know if it's from the dehydration or just Ava has had problems with IVs in general, but she took 4 different attempts before they could get an IV in. And that was really hard because, I mean, she was then crying for almost an hour because they kept poking her with needles. And I was able to stay calm and focus. Like, I feel like I'm pretty good in a crisis where I can focus on, like, okay, I need to keep her calm, talk to her, sing to her, let her know what's happening, let her know that everything is going to be okay, and that they just need to get this medicine in her, and that this is the worst part, and she's going to be okay, you know. So Dan and I kind of fell into our roles where, like, I end up starting as primary comfort person, and Dan helps more with the logistics. So about a half hour, 40 minutes into the IV attempts, Dan starts to go heat up a bottle in case she is hungry, and that might make her feel a little better. It was pretty late by the time we got there. Like, we got to the ER at like 8 p.m. and didn't end up leaving until midnight. So she was also tired and being stuck with needles. So poor little baby was not happy at all. You know, I always try to find the positive angle or a positive way to look at things. And in some ways I was like, okay, well, this is like giving us practice for the cleft palate repair, because we know that she's going to be pretty miserable and unhappy after surgery for the palate repair. So this is giving me practice to stay calm when my baby is hurting and crying, and practice in comforting her and that kind of thing, which is kind of a weird way to look at it, I guess. But like I said, I always try to find a positive angle on stuff that maybe isn't so nice. So she got fluids. They gave us like a high intense level of butt cream. And oh my goodness, like, we had been trying a whole different kind of like plethora of solutions for the really bad diaper rash she had gotten, and this hospital zinc stuff was really the only thing that has worked miracles. We did try the remedy of, it was like Mylanta, Gold Balm, and Aquaphor, and she just really didn't like it. I've heard that it works for other babies, but Ava really didn't like it and would scream when we put it on, and it didn't really help the rash, and it was just, that was no fun. We tried like coconut oil. Hi. That was okay, but it didn't really help heal it as fast as this other stuff did. We gave her baking soda baths for her little bum. Are you wanting to talk too? So we gave her baking soda baths for her little bum. That did seem to help and kind of calm her. But like I said, it's been 10 days, right? So it was a rough week. So we got home from the ER Sunday night at like midnight, and then we're just doing strictly Pedialyte all Monday. But she started to get more and more lethargic, where she was just sleeping a lot and not like responding. Like, she had lost a lot of Ava-ness, if that makes sense. Like, my baby usually responds with people. Like, she loves an audience and like likes to interact, likes to smile, likes to laugh, and she really wasn't doing much of that, even for me or Dan. So what was yesterday? Tuesday? So Tuesday we got more worried because she basically slept from like midnight to like 4 p.m. with maybe 2 sections of 20 minutes where she was awake, and then she wasn't, like I said, being really herself. And so we again called the pediatrician. So at this point, this is our second time in the pediatrician's office, plus the ER, and we had been kind of calling and checking in along the way. So we go to the pediatrician yesterday, and lo and behold, they found that she is having 3 additional teeth coming in, like, at the same time. So poor little Peanut is having an upset stomach, a hurt bum, and her teeth are coming in. So that did give us a little direction, though, to start giving her Tylenol, that some of the fussiness might be teething and not just the upset tummy, which is kind of how we had been approaching it. So that helped a lot. And they checked for things like ear infections, because we did get the tubes in recently, and her ears look good. So it wasn't that. They checked dehydration. The blood lab stuff from the ER visit had come back. Those look good. So it was kind of like a process of elimination to make sure that everything else kind of looked okay, even though she was sleeping a lot. Because I know, like, if you're sick, you want to rest a lot, but it was just such a drastic difference for Ava and her schedule, which is usually pretty normal. Anyway, so we gave her some Tylenol yesterday. She's still been sleeping a ton today. Like, this is the biggest section of time that she's been awake, and it is like 1 p.m. our time. And she went to bed last night at like 8 p.m. So she's been sleeping a lot. But the biggest like thing for me was like when she woke up from her second long nap of the morning, she was actually smiling in her crib, which is normal for Ava. Like normally she wakes up, she plays quietly in there, and then I go and peek and I say hello, and she's got this big like Ava smile and is like, I'm ready to play, like it's so nice to see you. Like, so that was really, really promising. We're still gonna probably keep her in and away from other kids for a couple days, just to make sure that she's not contagious, and we don't want to give this to anybody else because it is miserable. But that is the update on how our week went. I had originally planned to do like a more fun vlog today, like, and I'm hoping to do it this weekend, so it'll be next week. Like I said, I think that some of our previous medical stuff did kind of help prepare us for this last week, as rough as it was. And I also think that in some ways this experience is helping prepare us for the palate surgery in some small way. So life is funny like that. Like, it is. There's so much good and bad things, but I end up, in hindsight, always thinking that a lot of the bad stuff that we went through or are going through end up preparing us for life ahead. So I just think it's really interesting. Well, I hope you all had a better, healthier week than we did. I will, like I said, hopefully have something fun for next week, and otherwise we will see you guys later. All right, bye. Do you want to say goodbye, Ava? You want to say goodbye? You're like, Mom, you just got better. I don't want to do anything right now. Okay. Bye, guys.